Hello gentlepeople, Jeff here, welcome back to the channel. I made a new video, again, carving, obviously, who would have thought. There's a guy named Davis who comes on the channel from time to time, leave a lot of comment, thanks for that. 2 weeks ago said something about Viking with 2 axes. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not, let's do that today. So this is exactly what I've done. I tried something different again. I carved a video and I will basically speak over it instead and run you through my line of thought and what I think when I carve. So without further ado, let's jump straight into carving. So pretty simple at the start. I remove the corners and the sides of the face to create a general shape. Round it up and everything. Currently removing the sides and the top. I always start like this. I find it simpler. Removing the wood from the face. Having the head shape ready to carve. Rounding the top, cutting against the grain, rounding the top again, here I do the shoulder like I do in pretty much all my videos. Just a couple of V-cuts, and then I do another little stub cut V-cut under the tip of the beard, and then I carve on the side to create the general shape of the beard and the head. Same thing on the other side. I do a different cut here just because I'm right-handed. I find it easier that way, but it's up to you. Really. Couple of stub cut on the side of the arm and following the shape of the axe. And then I remove all the wood in between both arms on both sides. Like I usually put the arms bigger, just to make sure if I have to remove more wood I will have enough to. You can go pretty deep there. I will add a belt later, but there's enough wood for all of that. I'm basically going from top to bottom, so it will create more like a buff guy, more muscular. If I would go from bottom to up, basically, that would make him like fatter or chubbier, I would say. Now the general shape of the middle is pretty much done. Just wondering what to do next. Removing a couple of line of wood, removing that what the benza is left. You know, once again jumping from top to bottom, from side to side, the carving, flattening the middle here for the 2 axes because they kind of touch each other in the middle. So here I'm drawing a couple of lines to make the cloak or the cape. They will go around the arm and stay in the back. It's a little neat trick if you don't want to annoy yourself and carve the back of the arm. You just put a cape. Right now I'm drawing the general shape of the helmet with the eye protector. Little line for the mouth, but it's not the right place, so I'm kind of just drawing the line of the side because I will remove that wood to help the head not be that weird. So step cut around, removing the wood from below. Same thing on the other side. Step cut around the shape of the helmet, at least the eye protector for now, and then 2 little cut on the side that I will continue later when I want to do the whole helmet, but for now it's not really important since I'm focusing on the front of the face. So once again cutting from below, following the general shape. Here I've removed the useless wood from the side of the face. That makes the shoulder pop more also. Different cut. Some sort of like under swipe cut. So step cut all around for the eye socket in the helmet. This is a bit of an annoying part because the size of the knife, and it's kind of small to cut in there, so you have to be careful to not break anything, and carve a corner, then another little corner, and go little by little removing the wood. I guess that using a gouge could be quicker, but I'm a man of a single knife, so the smaller the shape like this, surrounded by wood that you don't want to remove, is usually pretty annoying to cut. I will have the same problem later with the inside of the axe blade. But it's okay. Like I said, just take your time and remove little by little. Look around, look if it's deep enough, remove more if needs to. Removing more wood from the side. Alright, so here I'm just drawing a line to follow for the back of the helmet. I'm not drawing it straight, I'm drawing it like going down a little bit. So it's not exactly a straight line. Here I just realized that I have this ugly wood from the general workshop saw, so I removed a little bit more. And now going to cut from below, create the shape of the helmet all the way around the head. Good. Just rounding up a little bit again. My wood piece was not perfectly square, so I have one side that is a bit bigger than the other. But that's okay, the end result is not too bad. Carving a little bit more inside the eye, because I will paint them as usual, so they will be a bit deeper in the helmet. Using a brush. I have a brush now. It's cleaning the little wood chip here and there. Removing the ugly wood. Putting the usual sad, angry face from my dude to cut in diagonal, then cutting the wood through it from under. Create the general shape of the face. Then I do I'll remove a little bit more. removing more wood from the tip of the beard. When it's like super sharp, triangle, angular, it's not really good. So here I'm doing a stop cut to create the underlip of the mouth, and then I carve under from below. When you do that part, be really gentle, because if you go too far, you will just like that will break, and you will basically remove the underlip. Here I'm cutting on the side, basically triangle, because I wanted to create this little shape in the beard that is attached with a band. No, it's all about, I'm freestyling here, so I was like, oh, let's add this, let's remove that instead, let's add this. Couple of V-cuts to add the band in the beard. Couple from above, couple from below. And then the band is there now. Creating more shape on the beard, making it go a little bit deeper on the side of the cloak. I'm creating the shape for the hair in the back. With this, like, it's up to you. If you want to have really long hair, go wider in the arc, the angle. For this time I was just like, yeah, it will have just normal long hair. It's really up to you. Continuing the cloak on the arm, so it's just a stop cut and then you carve from below. Using the brush again. Removing more wood, jumping around. The guy was a bit too thick from the front, so doing the same thing on the other side for the cloak above the arm. Doing the same stop cut, following the same line as the axe, basically to create the hand shape. Popping it up from the arm, and a couple of stop cut for the hand, and then I will remove all the wood from under it. All of this wood is now useless. And from the other side, removing chunks of wood. You don't have to be super straight here, because it's sort of like the feet anyway. So it's cool if there's a little shape. So I lost my line by holding the wood for so long, so I'm redrawing the axe. And realized that I needed to remove the wood anyway, so I'm removing the wood. The little thin of 0.5 millimeter layer that is ugly. So I lost the line again. I will do a stop cut straight for the axe anyway, because the wood is a bit higher in height than the axe blade anyway, just to create a little shadow there. So I'm redrawing the shape again. Do I? No, I'm removing wood. Then redrawing the shape of the blade. So that's the little annoying shape that I was talking before. Because of the length of my knife, it's super hard to cut in there. So here I'm just basically making sure that I want to split both axes, so it's not one axe in the end. But I'm being careful not to break up the carving. Alright. Little stop cut, following the blade, and then removing all the wood. remove the wood from that part. It's like the eye socket from earlier between the helmet. It's one corner, then another corner, then another corner, then another corner, and so on and so forth up until you have sort of a deeper hole in there. It will never be 100% flat for obvious cutting angle reason, but it's fine. Now taking the other side, same thing, straight cut, following the same line as the top of the axe, removing the ugly part of the wood first. And then drawing the shape of the hand with the stop cuts. Same for the axe. And then removing the wood from below. All the little stop cut to create the little rectangle, following the blade also, then removing the wood. Be careful there. The moment you go into smaller little angle like this, I think I popped the edge of the blade at some point. It's not too bad, but yeah, little spiky angle like this tend to break really easily. That's the thing with softwood, right? It's soft. So it's really easy to break it. Easier to carve, easier to break. It's a quick angle by angle, cleaning the edge a little bit here, removing more wood from the middle to split the axe. Same thing with the top of it. You don't want to split them too much because, like the other video I had, you still want everything to be attached to each other so you don't break the whole thing. If you cut badly at once and then you... I mean, breaking an axe would not be the end of the world. You could just remove all the wood and then leave the end, for example, and that would be just one axe guy. So stop cut, popping the arm and the end. Same thing on this side where all the ugly wood is. So now I'm removing all of that junk. Should have done that earlier, but I always forget. I should probably start with that instead. Just a cut for the hand, but I don't really need it now. So now I'm basically cutting the hand inside, so it's not exactly as straight as the arm. So it's a bit more inside the carving. Same thing on this side, it's easier because I'm right-handed. Now I'm just basically wondering what to do next. Which I think I go with the cloak, probably. There we go. So I carve a little, I don't have any line, but I'm carving around. I have too much wood, removing that, and then once again carving from below. This side of my wood was really splintering. I'm fixing that later, I think. Same thing on the other side.
Now I'm basically removing all the corners from the arm and the end, rounding everything. Cleaning it a little bit. We're almost there. Just need to round the shape of the cloak, work on the hand, add a little bit more little cuts for the texture, and then the little triangle cut in the beard. So now I'm continuing the cloak all the way to the bottom to make everything else look like it's inside it. Cleaning that part. Once again, like on the other side, just going to put the cape, cloak, whatever, all the way to the bottom. Removing more wood on the back. It's basically the bandsaw cut again. The more cuts you have, the better it looks, in my opinion, especially when you paint. The less flat area you have, the better it is. Without really drawing, I've done a straight cut for the belt. Cutting the wood from, well, above or below, whatever the angle of the carving that you're holding. And from here I do a little V-cut in an angle to create some texture for the belt, just a little detail. It's up to you. You can do that and then go on the other side to create some X's shape instead. I just went for the one line. Rounding everything up, removing the sharp edge. Here I do a 2 angular cut to split the hair and the beard. Wasn't really doing that before with my older carving, but gives a good shape. So here I'm just drawing 3 lines for the fingers as a guideline, and then I do really small V-cut. Be super careful here, because this is really tiny little parts. Doing a little V-cut under it. It's not really important. Then I'm doing the other side. Still have to figure out a better way to do hands. I'm not really happy with them, but you know, it works. So I'm going to put a lot of little cuts pretty much everywhere, doing some little elbow pit there in the middle, little cuts here and there to create texture on the fabric. There I realized that I haven't done the cheek. I knew something was missing looking at the face. So since I'm kind of used to it, I'm not really I'm not using my pen. I'm just doing the V cuts. There we go. Now it looks way better. We're almost done. Just a couple of cuts left on the fabric. Here it's for the feet / pants. Behind the cape. That is pretty much it. Doing the signature cut for the beard, 3 on both sides. I always have a harder time on this side, probably because I'm right-handed. Same thing on the back for the hair. Double signature cuts. Cleaning everything. Here I'm just rounding the axe wood. So here's the carving, guys, after I painted it. Decided to go with some greens and some brown for this one. I hope you enjoyed. I'm starting to get a lot of people sending me their carving on Instagram, and I find it really amazing. It really makes my day every time someone is sending me a private message with their try on my tutorial. That's what I wanted to do all along, to be able to inspire people, and this is super cool, so keep doing it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and then we will see each other in the next video. Bye bye.